Hi guys, welcome to your Salem 42 FLDL. We're gonna take a look right up front at first. Got it pointed at this tank right now. The little dial is red because I have this one closed. And then when I flip it over to this one that I'm using that's open, it goes green, signifying that it's drawing gas. So red is empty or dead. And then for the battery, anything not connected to power for anything more than like 4 days, I'll disconnect the negative because the carbon monoxide detector in here will always draw power from that battery. Got our kitchen sink gray up front, and then we're gonna have our second gray pole in the back on the left here. And then our toilet, so our black tank is gonna be on the right. This is gonna be our fresh tank. And then this is gonna be for our washer dryer if you do get it all hooked up. And then also, if you take a look down right in here, see, top left, it's gonna be kinda hard to see. Right there, there's 2 valves underneath the skirt. That's gonna be the low point drains. And then you're gonna have a pressure release valve for your water heater. So if you wanna drain it, do the pressure release valve first. And then this, the one on top, is gonna be to drain the water heater. And then you have a red one and a blue one on the bottom. That's gonna be to bypass the water heater. Black tank flush is a sprinkler inside the black tank trying to spray the sensors off all the toilet paper. So you'll leave this black open right here. Put a hose to it. As long as it's pressurized from the city, it'll automatically start spraying. Again, just leave that open so it can flood out and clean it out. I do like to have a clear elbow here so I can see when it's done cleaning. And then the power cord goes right here, which we store it right here. Cable satellite if they offer it from your campground. And then if you want to kind of stay in the shade, take a look at the top right corner of the awning. You can try and get the button. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. But at the very top right corner of the awning, there's a little black circle tab. You'll be able to take that off. And then inside there, there's a spot for a socket to manually override the awning in case it goes out. Put that up. So once we see the tube and that flap down, we know that our awning is completely out. If I hold the button for too much longer, it'll start reeling in the opposite way. And then to pitch it for the rain, all you gotta do is take this pinch point. Now the rain's falling this way. You can do it to that arm as well if you want the rain falling that way. All right, you can jump in. So I just got my battery. It's kind of low right now, you can tell, but your battery will be full. And then the tanks, the lights grow as the tanks fill up. Black tank, wait till 2/3 full, don't wait till full. There's a second black tape button on here, but it's a generic panel, so don't worry about that. We got our water pump, that's our fresh tank, drawing out of that when we're in the middle of nowhere. Got lights, which is gonna be inside, but to turn them on, don't be alarmed if they don't turn on right away. You have to hit the dimmer button. And then to dim, you hold it. While I hold the button, it will dim down, and then if I hold it again, they go back up. And then outside speakers if you want to play the radio, and then ceiling lights in here. I'll give you the straps now. So you got your controls right up top. If you need more information on the refrigerator, please follow the manual in the manual packet. Stovetop, I do have the gas open. So you got to push these into the pilot light symbol, the little green flame. And that will create the flame. Same thing for the oven. What you're going to do is hold this in. Once I put it in, it'll start clicking. And way in the back, there's actually, there's this little white igniter. And you just got to wait till it turns into a flame. Once it's a flame, you can roll it to your desired temperature. And then on the right's just the timer itself. Same thing for the microwave. If you need more information, please follow the manual packet. We're gonna have our front door and our bedroom door, I should say, our slider doors, and then this is the baggage doors. Turn the radio on here. We're gonna have zones 1 and 2. 1 is inside right here, and then 2 would be outside, but you can go through mode, which you'll have your TV, and you'll have Bluetooth, so you can hook it up to your phone. Fireplace. Fireplace, you can put it up to a timer, which is the left button, high or low, which is the next button. The one in the middle will change the colors, and then the other button will also change the brightness of the colors. All right, now under the couch, what we'll do, just gotta take your cushions off. You got the legs underneath. And you pull the back down, which is the rest of the mattress. Then to release the legs for the chairs, you just got these drawstrings on the side, that one on the other side as well. Moving on. Island lights. And then accent lights. This one will start the fan inside the living room. We're gonna have our carbon monoxide detector right down there. That's what's always drawing power. There is a button on there if you know there's no gas. It is a foot flush, so halfway pushing on the pedal will start the water. All the way will open up the toilet. You do want to put a gallon of water into the tank with the chemical solution. That breaks down solids and smells. Actually, make sure there's nothing else in here. This is going to be the gas for the water heater. So that's how you're going to turn your water heater on. So the first thing you got to do is plug in your water, fill up the water heater. Basically, you're going to wait until you got a good full of water coming out of your hot side line. You want to fill the water heater up before you turn it on. If it's not filled up with water, it'll ruin that heating element. Let you through, close that door. So the foot, once you lift up, once we got power, it's on. I don't have us plugged in right now, but you'll be able to sweep it in. Central vac, you got this little open tab, that's how you're gonna open the vacuum, and then you got the bag behind it, which you'll have to keep buying separately as you keep filling them up. All right, right here we got this little button that's going to toggle between local or cable if you got cable from your campground. Then looking down here, we're going to have all our breakers. They're labeled just like a house. And then you got your 12-volt fuses, which you're going to definitely want to bring some of those camping with you because you never know what campgrounds, what the power's like. Then back here in between your closet, I already took everything off so we could see it. To take these off though, you have this tab. You got to push that one down. And then on the opposite side, this one needs to be pulled up. And then you'll be able to pull it out of the drawer glides. I'll kind of let you go up. So right by the pump, up more. Let's see if I can get that there. So we have this hose right here that goes to nothing. This is gonna be for winterizing. This is what goes into the jug of antifreeze. And then you have a little valve right here in the back where this wire connects to that hose. There's a valve that you got to flip the opposite way to turn your pump into a suction so that this will suck the antifreeze out of the jug. All right, so right next to our refrigerator under this cabinet, we're gonna have this little valve. This is gonna be to the water line to the refrigerator or your ice maker. So if you do not want water going to that, what you'll do is pull this out. Once it's pulled out, it cuts off that water line. Okay, to winterize our Salem villa, what we're gonna do first is bypass our water heater. So we're gonna flip these valves the opposite way than they are now. Flip those valves, and then we're gonna pull our pressure release valve, let that pressure die off. Once we hear that pressure die off, we can open the drain. So this is what's gonna be draining our water heater. After we do that, We can close all our valves. And then we can come inside the camper. We're gonna go to all our sources of water: toilet, shower, sink, outside shower. Anywhere there's water, we gotta make sure we open up our hot line and our cold line. We wanna push out any of that water that was in there, trying to get all that out. After we do that, what we'll do is turn on our water pump. Turn on the water pump, do the same thing. Open up our hot lines, open up our cold lines, trying to push out any of that air or that water that was in there. Trying to get all that out. Then after we do that, go back outside. And then we're going to open up our low point drains. Go underneath there, open those low point drains, let any of that remaining water drain out until you got as much as possible out. Close those valves, come back inside the camper. Go to our closet. Find our water pump, flip the valve on the water pump to turn that hose that goes to nothing. This hose will go to the jug of antifreeze, and then at the very end of the hose where they connect, there's a valve. You flip that valve, which will turn your pump into a suction. So you can turn the pump on, put this into the jug of antifreeze, go to all your sources of water, hot and cold, until you got pink coming out. Once you got pink coming out, you are winterized, then the last thing to do would be to drain the tanks.